Okay, so this video is about combining integers. This is the most foundational skill that you need to do all of these lessons that we're doing today. You need to combine integers, then to combine like terms, and you need to be able to combine like terms to be able to add and subtract polynomials. So when we're, and I don't feel bad, I still struggled with this when I was your age too. This is how I figured it out. So I realized that they fall into two categories. Their signs are either the same or the signs are different. Okay, so if I look here, remember if there is not a sign in front of it, it is a plus sign. Okay, so this is plus 3 and plus 4. What I realized is that don't think about plus as being adding and minus being subtracting. That kind of is elementary now. What it means is the plus means that that's the sign of this term, and plus is the sign of this term. So therefore, the number here stands for how many of those pluses that there are. So basically, this is saying that we have 3 pluses from here, and we're combining with it. That's why I call it combining, not adding or subtracting. And I'm combining with it 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how many do I have altogether? Well, it's like adding apples. If I have 3 apples and then I have 4 more apples, I have 7 apples altogether, which means that I have 7 positives. Now you don't need to write the positive, but I just put it in there for emphasis. Okay, so 7 is your answer. Okay, same idea here. Only this time, instead of having apples, I have oranges. Instead of having positives, I have negatives. So this is saying I have 3 negatives, and then I have 4 more negatives. So if I count how many negatives I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negatives altogether. So therefore, that equals negative 7. All right? So basically, when the signs are the same, you're just going to ignore the signs and add the numbers, right? 3 plus 4, it doesn't matter whether they're both positive or they're both negative, gave us 7 in both places. The only thing that changed was the sign. And so that means we keep the sign of whatever they both are, okay? So add the numbers, keep the signs, okay? Sign of whatever they both are, all right? So what if they're different? So remember, this is a plus. So if they're different, we have 3 positives here, and we have 5 negatives here, okay? So what we have to remember is a positive 1 and a negative 1 equals 0, right? If I owe someone $1 and I pay them $1, I owe them nothing now, right? I don't have that money, they don't have that money. Well, they have that money now, but I don't owe them any money now. Same thing with if I have $5 and I owe someone $5, that is also, and I give it to them, that's also even Steven, 0, right? So basically, if I come over here and look, whatever the smaller quantity, okay, so think of these as quantities now, right? Not whether one's larger, one's smaller. I have only 3 of these, but I have 5 of these. So this smaller quantity, 3, is going to take away 3 of that bigger quantity because that's what gives me 0, right? I owed someone $3, I paid them $3, it's done. So now if I look, the bigger quantity that's left is what my sign's going to be. And then if I subtracted 5 minus 3, I get how many of them I'm going to have left, -2. Same thing here. This can be written either way, all right? Remember what we said in terms, right? This is one term, this is the other term, and they're like on slips of paper. I can shuffle them however I want. So if I take this plus 3 and then I move the minus 5 to the back, it's the same thing as what that is, okay? So the signs are different. It doesn't matter which one comes first, which one comes second. It's the same process, all right? So let's look over here real quick. So here I have 5 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I have 8 negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So this I have less of then I do negatives, right? So they're all going to go away. And it's going to take 5 of these with me. So that gives me 0. So since I have more of these, my answer is going to be negative, and 8 minus 5 is 3. So my answer is negative 3. Okay? So basically, doesn't matter what the signs are, I'm going to take the one I have the more quantity of and subtract the one I have the least quantity of. So my 5 minus 3 here, or 8 minus 5 here. Don't worry about the signs. Think positive numbers. If they were both positive, I take the bigger one and subtract the smaller one. So 1, we're going to subtract, okay? And then 2, we are going to, the sign will be the bigger quantity, okay? Whoops, that's a Q. The bigger quantity, okay? Easy peasy.